Hello, my friends, and welcome to episode 228 of Why Did I Buy This? I started this series to help crafters find unique ways to use craft supplies and to show you what is new and great and why you'd want to add it to your collection. My name is Lindsay Mann. I am from Edmonton, Alberta, Canada. I'm living in the land of the north where it's very snowy right now, and I am so excited to get to spend a little bit of time with you today sharing what I'm working on in my studio. As you tune in, please say hello. Let me know where you're tuning in from. If you're watching the replay, you can let me know that too. Hi, Nora. It's always fun to get to chat with you, and I like to see who's watching, so please say hi. A few things that are coming up. We have an amazing promotion that's happening right now, which is called Bonus Days. And that is in Canada, when you place a $60 order, you're going to get a $6 coupon back, and that's to be used in February. So this is kind of your chance to double dip, because you're going to earn Stampin' rewards on your $60 order, but you're also going to earn bonus day coupons. So it's essentially like getting a 20% kickback for your next order, should your next order be in February. So Stampin' rewards you can use on your very next order, or you can save it for up to a year. Bonus days can only be redeemed in February. So that's the difference between the two, but you get to earn both of them. Now, the beauty is we have a brand new catalog. So this catalog, our mini catalog has come out as well as online exclusive. So we have lots of new product for you to shop with and be able to earn those bonus days coupons. So that's very fun. Hi, Deanna. Great to see you. I took a nice break over the holidays. My kids were home, which was great. If you don't know, I have adult children, and so they're off in the world doing their thing. And so it was great to have them all home for Christmas. And we did some skiing in the mountains and ate lots of good food and slept in. It was wonderful. But I'm back in my office this week, and I've been crafting up a storm, and I'm so excited to get to share my projects with you. One last thing, I'm participating in a really fun event called the Creations by Kevin 26 Winter Retreat. It's an online retreat, and there are over 30 demonstrators who are presenting. You will get to watch videos of all these amazing projects, and there is a surprise mother-daughter duo who is going to be participating. I think you might know who that is. And it's a really affordable conference. You can find the registration for that here on my Facebook page. And so it's a great experience because you can kind of do it at your own pace. You don't have to sit in front of your computer for hours at a time. You can kind of take bitefuls of great crafting ideas and watch as you go. When you register, just let them know there's a spot you can say that Lindsay invited me, and that lets them know that you heard about it from me. Hi, Sharon. Happy Pool Party Friday. I don't. I have just a little bit of pool party in today's projects. So we're going to be working with new product today because, of course, we're just overfloweth with new product right now. I'm going to do the awkward transition so you can see my hand, and we will get started. So thanks for your patience while I just switch my camera around. You're so great. Okay, and I'm just going to do a little clip in here. Take it off fisheye. I don't know why Facebook does that now. Okay, and we're just going to do that. Lovely. Okay, so like I mentioned, bonus days coupons, you can start earning those now, and you have until February 2nd to be able to earn them. And starting February 3rd, you'll have the rest of the month to be able to redeem them. Here in Canada, you place a $60 order before your shipping and tax. You'll get a $6 bonus days coupon, and you'll get $6 in Stampin' rewards. So it is a win-win. As I mentioned, I didn't mention this. Okay, this is why I leave notes for myself because, I forget. So we have a new program called Product of the Month. This started in December, and each month when your order reaches $100 Canadian, you get the option, you don't have to, but you get the option to add the Product of the Month. And so this month we have the fabulous Saying stamp set. You can see it's got all of these greetings that are just absolutely perfect. It's a great basics greeting set. and you can add it on for $5 in January. So this is like a $30 stamp set that you would get to add on for just $5. Now the $5 will be increasing to $7 starting in May. So if you want to try it out now, this is the time to do it because we have a bit of a discounted price on our product of the month. So just a fun little extra for ordering. One more thing I wanted to point out, if you're somebody who would love to go to a crafting conference, but you don't have a lot of extra time or budget to be able to travel, then one thing you might want to consider is the virtual card retreat. So this is hosted by Stampin Up, and it's run January 22nd and 23rd from 2 to 9 p.m. Mountain Time. That's my time here in Edmonton. And if you don't have hours to sit in front of your computer, you can, again, these are pre-recorded, so you can watch them as you have time for. And it comes with all of the things that you need to make 15 amazing cards. There is a exclusive retreat kit. It is using this item code here, and the item code is going to automatically register you for the event. There's a Facebook group that you can be added to, and when the event is going to be recorded and posted, they'll be posting it in YouTube. So if you don't have a Facebook account, no worries. You can also watch it on YouTube after the event. But this is just such a great little way to be able to participate in a card making retreat. Okay, so like I mentioned, we have a mini catalog that is brand new, and so I wanted to show you a really great product that's come out. This is from the Easter Joy Suite. So you can see this is a super cute little Easter suite, and I'm not making any Easter cards today, but I just really, really love this specialty designer series paper. It's called Pleasant Patterns. In Canada, it's $13.75. Now, if you want to see a cute Easter card made with that, I'll just quickly show you this. This is something that I shared with my team on Wednesday night. I do little free tips and techniques classes for my team once a month. And so this one, I showed them how to make it, but it's just a really, really cute Easter card. But let me show you what the paper looks like. So it's got this beautiful striped paper. Hi, Janice. Hi, Sylvia. This, it's in that Shy Shamrock Green, which is so happy looking to me. And then they've got Peach Pie in this shimmery dotted paper. And then we have this little floral paper here. Now these come in 12 by 12 sheets. I've cut them down to make projects today, but you get 2 of each design in your package. So let's get started with the first one. Now I am a sucker for striped paper. I just think it is so much fun to work with. And one of the things that I love about striped paper is it looks really amazing as a mat. So when you're bringing in a piece of paper and you want to lay it over top, I just love that it gives you that even border all the way around. And it's just different than having a solid piece of cardstock behind. But with this paper, it is very special, hence the name Specialty Designer Series Paper. So you may not want to have a full piece of paper behind it. So one of the tips I'll give you is to use your dies to be able to cut out a shape from the background, because we're not going to see that there's a hole behind it. And then you can use this for other projects later on. So this we can set aside with however you store your paper. I've been on a kick of reorganizing my studio. I should really do a tour. Let me know in the comments if you'd like a tour of my studio when I'm done. But I've reorganized all my designer series paper. So that feels very good because I was getting a little overwhelmed with not having enough storage for it. Yeah, your girl likes paper. Okay, so this is just another way that you can make your paper go a little bit further. So I wanted to make a cute Valentine card, and so I brought in this amazing suite. This one is not brand new. This has been out for a few months. But I will tell you, it is probably my favorite Valentine suite, or bundle, I should say. I love bears, and I just think it's so cute that we've got some punny little sayings in here and so on. So I am making my projects today using this bundle, but only one of them would really, actually none of them are specific to Valentine's. So if you're like, not a Valentine fan, please stay with me, because I have, these ones could be thank you cards, they could be thinking of you cards. They're not specifically Valentine cards, okay? Oh, Sharon says, yes, show me your craft room. Okay, I will put that on the docket. All right, so I have gone ahead and stamped out my little bear. And I have also used a die set to cut it out. Now, one of the things about the dies is it does do his arms separate, like it makes a little slit, and that's so the bear can hold something. Now, I love to make animals wear clothes. I think secretly that's why I got a Frenchie, because they need to wear clothes in the winter because they get cold when they're on their walks. My Frenchie tolerates clothes. He doesn't necessarily love them, but he doesn't fight them either. So we're gonna add some clothes to our bear because we want him to be extra cute and extra cozy. And so I've brought in just a Sharpie gel pen, and this works really, really well for adding things like the clothes. So I'm just going to start by adding a neckline. So we're gonna add a neckline across the bear's shoulders like that. And I've done a double line to give it kind of an extra, like the edging on the sweater. And then we're gonna do the sweater's arms like that. And now we're going to do the bottom across like so. We'll do a bit of a wider band. And then we're gonna do the, the lines of the ribbing that a sweater would have. And you don't have to be exact. It can just be little dashes all the way along. And there you can see my bear has a sweater on. Isn't that cute? So let's go ahead and color our bear. We're going to use our Stampin' Blend markers. So I'm going to bring in Pecan Pie to color the bear with. I'm going to use some crumb cake as well. And then I'm going to use some gray and some Shy Shamrock to coordinate with our designer series paper. So the first thing we'll do is color the sweater. Now I like to start with the darker color, and I'm gonna use the pen end just to give me a little bit more control. And what I'm gonna do is where the arms are sitting, I'm going to go over that with the darker color. I'm gonna follow along the edge of the sweater here, kind of bring this down on the arm. Do you guys like to color? I really love to color. I find it relaxing. And it's just a way that you can customize the look of your stamps too. This one we're really customizing. Okay, and then under the bear's arms, we're gonna put a shadow with the darker color too. And oh, Kathy loves the bear. Yeah, same. He's just so cute. Okay, so that's our first step, is we're just going to add a bit of shadowing. Now I'm gonna bring in my lighter Shy Shamrock, and with the brush end, I'm gonna go over top of what I laid there, because remember, your light blends act as the blender. It's gonna blend out any of those rough edges, any of that static line that you've added, and it's going to really make it look a lot more realistic. So I am not an expert colorer in any way, but guess what? You don't have to be an expert colorer to make cards. You can just play with it and have fun. Because I think in our adult lives, we don't get enough time to play. And so that's one of the things that I love about crafting, is it feels kind of like adult play. So now I'm coming back in with my dark marker, and I'm just going over those edges again. So you can see I can just add in that shadow line wherever I feel like I should see that. And this isn't, an exact science. You can kind of just play with it. Think about where the light would be hitting the bear in his little green sweater. Okay, so there we've got the coloring of our sweater complete. Now I'm gonna move on to the bear. So again, when I'm using the dark color, I like to use the pen end just to give a little bit more control. And when it comes to animals that have a bridge on their nose, think about your dog or your cat. Their bridge of their nose extends off their face. So I like to give a darker bridge, and then I'm gonna do the little ears here and bring that color around. So a little ear, bring that color around. And once again, I'm gonna draw that line along the edge of the sweater. I can probably just do the bottom part now too. Have you all been having a good New Year's? Do any of you have any crafting New Year's resolution? I've been chatting with some of my friends in the Why Did I Buy This Maker Club, and they were saying that they've got projects on their list. One person told me they had a folder, which I really like that idea, because then whenever you have time, you can just go to your folder and say, okay, what am I feeling like I want to accomplish? If you're unfamiliar, the Why Did I Buy This Maker Club is the next level. If you love this series and you want to have a regular get together with other crafters, you can go ahead and, by the way, this is the light pecan pie. You can go ahead and join the Why Did I Buy This Maker Club. You get curated craft supplies each month that I partner with my friend Meg Loven of Loven Stamps. And each month we give you these really, really sweet maker boxes. And then we show you ideas that you can do with them. And then it's up to you to go ahead and have fun with your box. So you can try out the projects we've made, you can make different projects, and you get rewarded for participating in each of the months and showing us what you've made. So I've got the SU 1000. This is part of the Extra Light Naturals collection. I'm adding some cheeks to our bear. And I am also going to bring in my color lifter. The color lifter is really good for adding a little bit of a highlight. So where the eyes are, I'm going to do little circles, and that just removes some of the alcohol so that you have that lighter part. Here we've got the gray, and so I'm going to go ahead and just add the gray to the band of the sweater. And now I'm seeing I missed something. Do you guys see it? Yeah, the bear's paws. So let's do the bear's paws. And Janice says, you've got lots of paper. Good. Get into it. Use it up. There's another option for the club. If you wanted to do it no maker kit and just getting to attend the sessions, there's an option for that too that's less expensive. I'll post the sign up in the comments of this video. Okay, so there's our little bear, and we're gonna bring in a heart. This is cut from the same dies, and we're going to just tuck that in to where the bear is holding it, and you can just keep sort of feeding it in. We want it to be gentle so that we don't accidentally, rip our little bear's hands. But there you can see it just kind of tucks under his chin. And so now when we flip it over, I'm going to bring in my dimensionals, and we're going to use the dimensionals to hold that heart in place. Okay. And I'm going to bring back in our paper, and we're sticking our bear right in the middle, just like that. So now I can use my tape to add it to our Designer Series paper, and I'm just going to bring this in. Before I stick it down, I'm actually going to stick this first, just so I don't get tape through the middle here. So I use my grid paper, and I try to use that to line things up so I just have things more or less centered. And now we'll stick that on like that. I have to reorder my Shy Shamrock paper. That's a mouthful, Shy Shamrock. I have this little strip left though, so let's add a greeting. Bear hugs and kisses. So see what I mean? It's not a Valentine's card specifically. It's more just, hi friend. And we're going to bring in our snips, and I wanted to do a little flagged end. So a little tip here, cut into the middle, just a smidge. And then from the edges, you're going to line up, and then that gives you a pretty centered piece. And then I'm going to just trim off at the end here how much I want. And I have these cute little hearts, so we'll bring in our Shy Shamrock. It really is a tongue twister. And we're gonna add our hearts in the background, and then give ourselves a little dimensional and stick that on. So once I've mounted it onto the cardstock, we get this cute little bear image. Isn't that adorable? Now you're asking yourself, hey, where did she get that little epoxy heart? Okay, so I'll show you. So this is one of the perks of the Maker Club is we took in one of the paper pumpkins and we split it up for all of our crew. And these hearts are exclusive to Paper Pumpkin. They were in January? No, this is January. It must have been last month. Anyway, these hearts are a perfect example of the exclusive things that you get in Paper Pumpkin Kit. So if you're not a subscriber and would like to try it out, now's a good month to do it, because if you buy 2 or 3 months, you're going to be able to get your bonus days coupon. So little fun fact. Okay, we're gonna move on to another one. So this one, I immediately wanted to put my bear in clothes again. I'm curious if you guys do this. So it's just so fun. So I'm going to put my bear in a sweater again, but I also wanted to give the bear jeans. So this time we're putting our bear in pants. So we'll give the bear little feet here. And then I did just a tiny little, you know, this is where the zipper would go, right? Okay, so that's kind of the vision behind that. So I brought in Azure Afternoon and I started coloring in my jeans, okay? So the band of the shirt is also going to be blue. And we're going to just let the zipper be a little bit darker, like that. And again, this leg is in the background, so this leg would likely be darker too. And then we're gonna kind of do the knee a little darker and kind of up. We're trying to just like create movement and curvature on a flat image, if that makes sense. Okay, so there's our shadows. Now we're going to bring in the brush in and do some blending. So this is going to go over top of what we've laid down and just kind of blend out those edges. So Betty, the pen I'm using to make the clothes is called the Sharpie S Gel. It's a good one. It's good for writing too if you like pens that are kind of have that smooth feeling when they write. But I noticed that I can color over top of it with the alcohol markers and it doesn't have any problems. Okay, so we've got our little pants going on, and then we can do the edge of his sweater. Oh, and I forgot to do the arms. So here we're gonna do, we could have given him short sleeves, but when you see where I'm going with this, you'll see that this bear, where he's hanging out, needs long sleeves. Okay, so I'm just gonna do a little line here and along the edge of the jeans. Okay, cute. So then I wanted to use the peach pie paper, and so I thought, okay, well, I want the sweater to match the peach pie paper. So I brought in my peach pie markers, and I started doing some coloring on my bear. So again, my darker peach pie. You'll see I'm really adding a lot of shadow where the arms would fold up, because that you'd think there'd be a shadow there, right? So same with down below here. Just like that. His little belly. Okay, we'll bring back in our light one, and now we're gonna blend. How many of you have heard of Kevin's Creations Winter Online Retreat? I mentioned it at the beginning of this video, and yeah, I'm one of the presenters at it. So I have a really fun project. If you like these videos, you're gonna like what I had to share. It's something I have never shared before, so that's kind of cool. Yeah, so if there's time to register now, it's great to get in there, and he's got some prizes going for registrants. And just when you register, be sure to mention my name in the registration form, so that Kevin knows that I was the one that brought you there. Okay, so you can see I'm just doing a little bit of the shadow here. Just like that. Okay, so now we've got our bear in red and orange. I'm going to do a little coloring on his face. Again, we want to make sure that we are, make sure I'm using the dark. There we go. Paying attention to the bridge. We want to create that 3D look along the bridge of the bear. And the back of his ear, right? And then sort of along here, kind of creating that face. And I can probably just go ahead and do his paws now. Okay, now we'll bring in the light with the brush end. We're going to blend it out. And got his eyes a little bit on the lighter side. And then with the crumb cake, we're going to do the nose again. Okay, so more or less we've got the bear done. We can just finish off his little ear. And then I thought to myself, oh, let's bring in the Azure Afternoon, so it's going to match his little jeans. And we can throw on our Specialty Designer Series paper. And now I'm going to add that to my card front. Okay, and I've got this little bear. And then I thought, okay, if you're local to Edmonton, you probably already have been conditioned to associate red and blue, or sorry, orange and blue with a very, very special hockey team that made it to the Stanley Cup finals last year. So then I had the thought of, there we go, let's go Oilers. So if your partner is a sports fan and maybe wouldn't be so into the Bears Hug and Kisses card, you can always customize a card to your partner's or your friend's team, and then just customize your Bears clothes to whatever your team colors are. Isn't that fun? So I just went online and found a logo that would work for this card. I printed it onto cardstock and then just fussy cut it out with my scissors. So just a really cute way to be able to do a sports card for a sports fan. Okay, last card here. I'm gonna bring in my pre-die cut paper. So here you can see is the final of that Specialty Designer Series paper. I'm a big fan of tulips, so I just love that paper. And this bear here is another one in the Valentine Kisses stamp set. And I've used my Stylish Shapes dies. If you don't have these dies, I forgive you, but you gotta get them on your list. These are probably my most used dies I've ever used, ever. So I believe that they will serve you very well. So this time, our little bear, we're going to add a sweater for her too. So it's really easy to do the bands of the sweater like that with the two lines. You don't have to be an expert artist to make this happen. But what I wanted to show you is that you can turn her into a pretty polar bear pretty easily. So I'm going to use my pen again, and I'm just going to add little polka dots to her sweater. And I'm not doing it in any rhyme or reason, just filling in all of the blank space. Isn't that cute? Already you can see she's gonna be a diva. Now, because she's white, polar bear's white, I'm going to bring in my Pool Party light marker. This is a little trick I have for you for blends, is if you wanna make sure that your white images have a little bit of dimension to them, you can use your Pool Party light marker. There you go, Sharon, there's my Pool Party. To be able to add a little bit of low lights to the image so that it's not quite so flat. So my pen end, I'm going to bring in a little bit of Pool Party along her paws, just like that. And again, I'm thinking about where shadows would be. So kind of like along here and up along her ears, but I'm not going to do the whole ear, just a little bit of it. She needs fabulous blue eyeshadow. So we're going to add that on. Pardon me. And then we're going to add on some lovely cheeks using our extra light naturals. And we're going to add her ears to be pink like that. And I want to color her sweater now. And we're going to do that in Pretty in Pink. So the Pretty in Pink dark marker, we'll use the pen end. And we're going to do those dark shadow lines first. And then the whole back of her sweater will do dark. And then we're going to bring in the brush end and blend that out. So she's got this fabulous polka dot sweater. How cute, right? And now we're going to stamp the greeting. So again, it's a Valentine set, but a lot of these cards could be used for other occasions. So this one says, giving you a big smooch. So maybe she's not giving us diva energy as much as she's giving us like great aunt energy. Oh, I'm gonna move this up just a smidge. You know, like, come here and give me a kiss. Okay, giving you a big smooch. And we're going to layer this onto our square paper here. Oh yeah, you're welcome, Teresa. You can take that idea and run with it. It's just so much fun, right? Okay, I'm just gonna snip off any extra here. Beautiful. Now we have to give our little aunt, or auntie, a dimensional. So she's gonna pop up off of the square. And then they also have these really cute like lipstick kisses in the stamp set. So we'll stamp those kisses and there you go. She's got her little smooch. And then we're going to throw dimensionals on the back because, you know, I love me some texture. And I can never get enough dimensionals. I swear I opened this package this morning and I've already used another quarter of a package. It's one of those things that when a thing like bonus days comes up, I go, okay, what do I need? Dimensionals, always dimensionals. Okay, so we're gonna stick that right in the middle. I'll get this out of the way. And then I've already added some texture using the plaid embossing folder. So this is just going to go on like so. And let me bring in the final card. There you can see is our Auntie Polar Bear giving you a big smooch. These little dots here are from the Strawberry Slush and Pretty in Pink gems. So any of those would work really well. There's clear ones in there too. Oh, I forgot to show you that. Real quick. My Oilers bear. See how there's peach pearls? I just did that with the blending, the blender pen, the Stampin' Blend, that's the word I'm looking for. And I just colored over top of it. And so now it gives you the exact color of embellishment that you need. So one more time, we have our Oilers bear. We have our little shamrock, shy shamrock bear. And then we have our Auntie bear. And so if you have this stamp set, be sure that you're dressing your bears up because they are extra cute. And look at your other animal stamp sets. Perhaps you can add sweaters or cute clothes to them. If you don't have the Valentine Kisses bundle, now's a great time to get it because like I said, bonus days, you're gonna get a $6 coupon to spend in February with every $60 order. So if your order is $120, you're gonna get $12, $180, you're gonna get $18. And your Stampin' Rewards will also be earned on those orders. So you get to double dip, and who doesn't like a deal? So go ahead and visit my website, cloud9stampers.com. You'll find my online store link through there, and you can shop away. If you're interested in attending the Creations by Kevin Winter retreat, now is the time to sign up. I want to say it's $65 US. It's really affordable. And like I said, I think there's 38 presenters. It's Kevin's 30th anniversary with Stampin' Up. We've been friends for a long time. And just like really, really top-notch crafters that you're going to love what they have to share. So I will also include the link for that in the comments of this video. I hope you have an amazing weekend. Take care of yourself and have fun crafting. Bye for now.